Shalom. First and foremost, I like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostle elders, a great millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shatir from the Chicago camp coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. All right. And a guy at my job sent me a video that was very interesting. And I wish I could play the TikTok video, but that's going to definitely get my page taken down, hands down. So I'm just going to put up the article. Okay. Now this is this website called Snops, and it was our European royals killing naked children for fun at human hunting parties. Okay. And trust me, when you go to TikTok, it will show you a lot of info surrounding this type of behavior. Okay. And supposedly this goes down in a lot in the country of Belgium. All right. That's a home for many big geopolitical groups. Okay. It says in June 2015 saw the recirculation of a rather bizarre, far-fetched article from a year earlier, originally published on a number of disreputable websites. See, they use that type of vocabulary when they want to discredit anything that sheds light on their wickedness. It says holding that members of European royalty, government officials, and highly placed clergy were taking part in human hunting parties during which they tracked down and killed naked children. All right. It says teens were dragged, stripped naked, raped, hunted down in the woods, and killed by European royals, according to this week's latest eyewitness to testify before the ICLCJV in Brussels. Okay. I believe Brussels is in, Belgium. It says the woman was the fourth eyewitness to give accounts about these human hunting parties of the global elite Ninth Circle Satanic Child Sacrifice Cult Network. A former member of the Netherlands criminal drug syndicate known as Octopus testified that victims were obtained for these human hunting parties from juvenile detention centers in Belgium and Holland. All right. This person says in 2004, I was an involuntary witness to torture, rape, and murder sessions of drug children performed for a group of high ranked people of the Netherlands, stated a woman. I was taken to a hunting party in Belgium, close to Brussels, where I saw two boys and a girl ages 14 to 16 hunted and killed by global elites. The human hunting party was heavily guarded by the Netherlands Royal Guards. I was told that King Albert of Belgium was present. Four eyewitnesses confirmed that as children and youths, they were forced to attend human hunting parties where they and other children were raped, with some killed, and deceased boys' penises were cut off. Allegedly, there was a Dutch countryside palace where boys' penises were displayed like trophies on a wall. Some hunting parties were hosted on the ground of Belgium Queen's Beatrix Palace. These are first-hand accounts of people who have undergone such a thing. And we all know that all this is part of their sick, twisted occult magic. All right. Because we all know not only do they use this for sacrifice, but they also use this to partake in consuming a certain red liquid that contains iron in the human body. Okay? I'm not going to say that word, but we all know what it is. All right? Because the more these children run, the more they are excited and scared. Not excited in a fun way, but that adrenaline pump of excitement. The more excited, the more scared they get, the more of that chemical gets released. Okay? Like I said, go to TikTok because these children call this the most dangerous game. Because these children are literally running for their lives. They're damn near put in a scenario where they cannot win. All right. And these things are true. All right. You remember an old movie back in the day with Ice-T called Surviving the Game, where he was a bum and they took him out of the streets. They washed him up, befriended him, gave him some clothes, gave him some food. And they just told him, hey, man, if you win, we'll give you all this money. And in the next couple of days, it's like, well, all right, it's time to start the game. Hey, who's to pray? It's you. So we're going to give you about a 10-minute head start, and that's going to be about it. And Ice-T was like, what? Yeah, you got less than 10 minutes. It's like, you better get going. So it's one of those things where art is imitating real life. And this is what these people do, man. This is what these people do. This is why in Job 9:24, it says that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, because only a wicked nation of people would consider something like this fun. Only a wicked nation of people would get their kicks off of drinking a certain red and iron filled liquid. Only a sick and wicked group of people will have children's penises hanging on the wall for a reward. And we're going to get another one what Job said. Okay? Job 30. Hey, man, we just going to read. This is what Job had to say about him. Okay? This is how low in nature these folks are. It says, bow, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my house. Because, they're big into that bestiality thing, okay? It says, yea, whereto might the strength of their hand profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and famine they were solitary, flying into the wilderness in former time desolate and waste, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief. They were driven away. Why? Because Job's going to get to it. To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. This is how you know it's talking about bad Uncle Esau. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. It says, among the bushes they brayed, meaning they talk to each other like animals. They didn't have a speech. Under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. Because only a nation of people that are the wicked and were sick in the mind would have joy in something like this. You would think that there would be a massive outcry and an uproar after all the information that's been put out about these things, at the first-hand testimonies of people who have undergone this type of psychological trauma. But it's not. And you saw in the article, these folks are doing this game and they're protected by royal guardsmen. They are protected by everybody. Also, they can delight themselves in perverseness and just flat out evil. And the thing is, when you go on TikTok and you see some of the people who are making these confessions, a lot of them are their own people, Edomites. And that's why the scripture says, if he can't be good to himself, who can he be good to? Where is that? I know it's in the Apocrypha. Good to. Ecclesiasticus 14:5. It says, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. If this guy is doing this to his own kinsmen for fun, imagine if you're another nation. And see, it's because of stories like this that this guy has to shut down the internet, because more people are waking up to the fact that, you know what, there are a lot of children going missing. There are people. How are all these people coming out with these same testimonies? Why is it that when people pursue these stories, they just conveniently go missing? Why is it that everybody who pursues this type of stuff, they're considered crazy? Folks are waking up to saying, hey, there must be something to this. And see, there's going to be a recompense for this. There's going to be a heavy recompense for this. This is horrible. I mean, granted, I know they're doing, like I said, they're doing this to other Edomites, but this is just horrible. And hey, man, I'm done speaking on this, man. Stuff like this gets me very vexed in the spirit. But nonetheless, I hope you all were edified. To the next time, we're going to say shalom.